Well, it's hard to believe, but 1 week has gone by, 7 days, and guess what? It's time again for Country Party Time. Hi, everybody. My name is Lance Hawkins, and for the next hour, we've got the very finest in vintage country music. Thank you, folks. Will enjoy all the selections we have this week. We've got music from Doug Collins, Jack Reno, Lucky Lee, Melvin Ensley, Joe Allison, Link Davis, and a whole lot more. And I think you, as I said, you're going to really enjoy what we have. Let's hear right now from a gentleman who's probably the most famous singer-songwriters in all of the history of country music. This man started his career as a 19-year-old college student back in 1958 and has gone on to win numerous BMI awards. He's a member of the Country Music Hall of Fame. But let's hear one of his very first records. This is Whisperin Bill Anderson on the Decca label with one called Dead or Alive.
Famous. They're all begging me come home, but I won't budge. Important folks are waiting there to see me, like the sheriff and the jailer and the judge. My picture's on the front page of the paper. I'm the local boy who wandered off alone. Now they want me back so bad they're giving money to the first man who'll come out and bring me home. Dead or alive, dead or alive, $10,000, dead or alive. One night last week I got a little reckless, and I couldn't hold my trigger finger still. The barrel pointed at the county marshal, but I only meant to scare him, not to kill. Now the foothills of these mountains hold my secret. Only they know of this old deserted shack. But the chances are some bloodhound's gonna find me, and some other dirty dog will take me back. Dead or alive, dead or alive, I wonder if I'm better off dead or alive. People always said that I'd amount to nothing, that to bury me would be a waste of earth. But if they'll just put my price upon my tombstone, then the world can see what I was really worth. Dead or alive, dead or alive, $10,000, dead or alive. Why, oh Lord, Lord, I hate to see that evening sun go down. Lord, I hate to see that evening sun go down, 'cause it makes me feel I'm on my last go round. Why, oh Lord, feeling tomorrow like I'm feeling today. Feeling tomorrow like I'm feeling today.
have you come easy to the lips of a liar or a fool. If love talking is what you're thinking of, then do it to someone you love. Do it to someone you love. Some little thing to let them know they're all you're thinking of. This day and time, a little thing you do could mean so much. So do it to someone you love. A smile comes easy to a strange hello, to someone that you never met. But oh, love don't need a smile, it glows with just a touch. So do it to someone you love. Do it to someone you love. Some little thing to let them know they're all you're thinking of. This day and time, a little thing you do could mean so much. So do it to someone you love. So do it to someone you love.
Well, you asked me if I love you when you're wrinkling. Oh, well, I'll always love you. You asked me if I love you when you're wrinkling. Oh, well, I'll always love you.
I'll love you just as truly as I love you today.
You'll be just as precious as on our wedding day. We'll go through life together, each day hand in hand.
When I'm a little old lady
And I'm a little old man. Well, you asked me if I love you when you're wrinkling. Oh, well, I'll always love you. You asked me if I love you when you're wrinkling. Oh, well, I'll always love you. Well, you asked me if I need you when you're silvery gray. Well, I'll always need you. You asked me if I need you when you're silvery gray. Well, I'll always need you.
I'll love you just as truly as I love you today.
You'll be just as precious as on our wedding day. We'll go through life together, each day hand in hand.
When I'm a little old lady
And I'm a little old man. Well, you asked me if I need you when you're silvery gray. Well, I'll always need you. You asked me if I need you when you're silvery gray. Well, I'll always need you.
when I'm a little old lady.
And I'm a little old man.
Well, I'll always love you. I'll always love you. I'll
From the year of 1963, that's Wiley and Jesse Barkdale on a song called I'll Always Love You, something they put on the All-Star label. And All-Star Records was basically a song poem label, in that if you wrote a song and you wanted to see somebody record it, you would pay them $700 or $800 or something of that effect, that amount, and they would record the song. You couldn't tell them what style it would be or how exactly you wanted the thing to come out and how good the vocals were, but that's what All-Star did. And this one, though, was written by Wiley and Jesse, so it didn't fall in the song poem category. But great song, great music from Wiley and Jesse Barkdale. Wiley was connected with Rusty and Doug, and we'll talk about them in a couple of records, and made a lot of records for them on the Hickory label. But before we heard from Rusty and Doug, afterwards, we heard from Nora Wilson, one of the fine record producers for many years in Nashville. That's one of his fine solo vocal efforts, a song called Do It to Someone You Love. And that song was written by Tom T. Hall and was somewhat of a hit for Nora Wilson. I remember hearing that on the radio back in the early 1970s. Great job from the late Nora Wilson. Then before that, we heard, as I'd mentioned, Rusty and Doug kind of deviating from their Cajun style a little bit, doing more of a kind of a rocking Northern Soul version of the St. Louis Blues. That's something they put on RCA Victor. I think that's probably one of the last records they recorded for RCA. And then we started all off with Whisperin Bill Anderson and Dead or Alive. Very good song from the Whispering Boy, Bill Anderson. Well, this is we've got some great music coming up. This has really gotten started off on a great note, so let's keep it going right now. This is Jimmy Dean and the Texas Wildcats. This is one of the first things that Jimmy had recorded. He was on 4-Star Records for a little while, and then he went to Mercury and cut this fine song. Here's Jimmy Dean and the Texas Wildcats, and Do You Love Me, huh?
Do you love me? Do you want me? Do you feel the way I do? Are you yearning, burning? I am too. Do you lay awake and think about me all night through? Then you know just how I'm feeling, 'cause you feel the way I do. Do you love me like I'm loving you? Do you feel each day as if you're walking high up on a cloud? Does your heart beat fast and make you want to sing out loud? Are you getting butterflies at just the thought of me? Then you know just how I feel. I love you just as much, you see. Do you love me like I'm loving you? If it's true that love is blind, then I can't see a thing. Got that crazy kind of feeling only love can bring. Can't help thinking about you, baby, all the time. And I won't be satisfied until I've made you mine. Do you love me like I'm loving you? Love me like I'm loving you.
Since my baby left me, all I do is hang my head and walk the floor. I keep telling my heart there's no reason for us to live anymore. I guess the easy way for me would be just to lay down and die. But when you come right down to it, there's no easy way to die. Her memory keeps haunting me, and there's just no way to forget. Oh, my friends try to help me, but my egotistical heart won't let go. I guess the easy way for me would be just to lay down and die. But when you come right down to it, there's no easy way to die. Memories keep haunting me, and there's just no way to forget. Oh, my friends try to help me, but my egotistical heart won't let go. I guess the easy way for me would be just to lay down and die. But when you come right down to it, there's no easy way to die.
Do you wanna dance and hold my hand? Tell me I'm your lover man, oh baby. Do you wanna dance? Do you wanna dance and make romance? Squeeze me all through the night, oh baby. Do you wanna dance? Do you wanna dance? Do you wanna dance? Do you wanna dance with me? All through the night, oh baby. Do you wanna dance? Do you wanna dance and hold my hand? Squeeze me, tell me I'm your man, oh baby. Do you wanna dance? Well, do you wanna dance? Do you wanna dance? Do you wanna dance with me? Oh, do you wanna dance under the moonlight? Squeeze me all through the night, oh baby. Do you wanna dance? Well, do you wanna dance now and make romance? Kiss and squeeze and tell me I'm your man now, baby. Do you wanna dance? Oh, do you wanna dance? Do you wanna dance? Do you wanna dance with me? Do you wanna dance? Do you wanna dance? Do you wanna dance with me? Do you wanna dance? Do you wanna dance? Do you wanna dance with me? Do you wanna
I hear the whistle of the old mountain nine coming in the station right on time.
Take me away
from my baby so true. When I'm in prison, I'll be so blue. I see the prison and the old smokestack. 2 years and a day till I'm a-coming back. I see the bars and the old gray wall. If you've rode this train, you've rode them all. She forgot me, she don't care. She's a honky-tonkin' here and a honky-tonkin' there. While I'm in the prison getting no place, I can't forget the last look at her face. When I get through serving my time, I'll climb aboard the old number 9. I'll return to the one I love. See if she's a-doing what they said that she was.
From the year of 1957, that is Carl Ballou and his Grand River Boys on 4-Star Records. A little thing called Old Number 9, a little prison song there for you. And then before that, we heard from Jack Reno doing a country-fied version, honky-tonk version of the Bobby Freeman rock and roll hit, Do You Want to Dance? Well, do you? Come on, dude. Oh, never mind. All righty, that was Jack Reno. And then before that, we heard from Doug Collins channeling Johnny Bush on a song called There's No Easy Way to Die, something that he cut for Aubrey Mayhew back about 1968 or 69 for that. Doug Collins, great job. Very, very Ray Price / Johnny Bush influenced singer, and was a former disc jockey down in Texas, I believe, and made some great records down through the years. And that was a good one. I really enjoyed it. And then before that, starting our set off was Jimmy Dean and his Texas Wildcats on Mercury Records, Do You Love Me? Great, great job from a man who would later become the Sausage King and would also bring country music to network television on his ABC variety show, which has been circulating around on the internet and also on some different TV stations. A great gentleman who helped out country music a great way. The late Jimmy Dean and Do You Love Me? Well, you're listening to Country Party Time. My name is Lance Hawkins, and I have that same question for you. Do you love me? Well, if you do, then please write to me and let me know what you think of our little show called Country Party Time, or what any requests that you would like to hear. I will try my best to get them on. My direct email is nlancehawkins@aol.com, and in the subject matter, put Country Party Time. And that's all you got to do. And I will just love you forever if you do. Well, I'd love you anyway, but I'll really appreciate hearing from you. Again, my direct email address is nlancehawkins@aol.com. All righty? And we sure really would love to hear from you. All right, well, let's get back in the music right now. This is a lady that was very well known for many years for doing songs, and she had, I think, as far as I know, the very first all-female country band. They were called the American Sweethearts, and this lady was known as the Kate Smith of country music for various reasons, and some of them I'll leave to your imagination, okay? And she had a really good voice, and her name was Ann Jones. This is one of her first records on the Capitol label from about 1948 or so. This is Ann Jones and Doing Fine.
Now, I'd been away from the old hometown for quite a good long spell, so when I went back, I paid a call on a family I knew well. I walked up the lane, and there on the porch sat an old gal I'd never seen before. She said, "Howdy, stranger, come up and sit down." I said, "Don't the Browns live here no more?" And she said, "No, they've all scattered out," and she told me they'd all left town. But she said she heard about them from time to time, so I asked about Pappy Brown. Said he's getting along fine, just doing fine. Said, of course, he ain't living with his wife. The revenue men, they caught up with him and they sent him up for life. They caught him up there in that old still of his and caught him red-handed making moonshine. But you know he got the best sell in that there prison and he's just doing fine.
Doing fine.
Doing fine.
Doing fine.
Doing fine. He's a doing fine, but he's a doing fine. Well, that kind of set me back on my pins, but I wanted to hear about the rest. So I sets down, she settled back, and I knowed she'd do her best to tell me everything she knew, 'cause she was just getting in stride. So when I asked about Mammy Brown, well, this is what she replied. Said she's getting along fine, just doing fine. Said, of course, when Pappy brought her shame, she went off down to Memphis and wed a man of gambling fame. And then he ran off and left her. He must have had a terrible line, but she got a job in the steam room at the laundry, and she's just doing fine.
Doing fine.
Doing fine.
Doing fine.
Doing fine.
She's hanging her washing on the line.
Well, that took care of old Mammy Brown, but she had a lot more to tell about these good old friends of mine who was getting along so well. She told me all about the rest of the family, and I began to wonder just what had become of old Johnny Brown. And she said, well, by thunder, he got along fine, he just did fine, and he sure sadly missed. 'Cause the other night he got a hole shot through him as big as your double fist. But they laid him away with the prettiest flowers in the nicest box of pine. He had the finest funeral in these here parts, and he's just doing fine.
Doing fine.
Doing fine.
Doing fine.
Doing fine.
Oh, you never seen a finer box of pie. Too many times I've heard too many lies. Too many times I've listened to your alibis. I've come to one conclusion, and there leaves no room for doubt. So I'll just pack my things and I'll just start moving out. 'Cause you've been too many times two-timing me, too many times fooling round on me. Thanks a lot for nothing, you can keep your misery. Oh baby, too many times you've been two-timing me. You fool with my heart, and a little at a time I'll let you jerk it apart. But take a look around here, time's running out on you, and just for good measure I'll be running out too. Oh, you've been too many times two-timing me, too many times fooling round on me. Thanks a lot for nothing, you can keep your misery. Oh baby, too many times you've been two-timing me. Oh baby, too many times you've been two-timing me.
Domino, 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 gal, you better get me out of here. I'm just about passing out, take me out, gal. Don't buy me no more beer. I know I've danced enough, drank enough, loved enough, hon, to last me for a year. So here's a buck, get my truck, pick me up, babe, 'cause my head, it ain't so clear. Just show me that door now, before I hit the floor. My head is spinning round. Never do it no more. Just take me straight home now. Don't stop any place. Get me out of here, gal, before I fall on my face. I'm gonna domino, 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 gal. You better get me out of here. I'm just about passing out. Take me out, gal. Don't buy me no more beer. I'm gonna domino, 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 gal. You better get me out of here. I'm just about passing out. Take me out, gal. Don't buy me no more beer. I know I've danced enough, drank enough, loved enough, hon, to last me for a year. So here's a buck, get my truck, pick me up, babe, 'cause my head, it ain't so clear. Just show me that door now, before I hit the floor. My head is spinning round. Never do it no more. Just take me straight home now. Don't stop any place. Get me out of here, gal, before I fall on my face. I'm gonna domino, 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 gal. You better get me out of here. I'm just about passing out. Take me out, gal. Don't buy me no more beer.
Built me up to see how hard a fool like me could fall. You painted pretty pictures so I couldn't see the wall. You put the forest there just so I couldn't see the trees. You put me on my feet so I could get down on my knees. It took an awful lot of tears before I learned to smile. The pity of it all, it only lasts a little while. You get your greatest pleasure when you hear me begging, please. You put me on my feet so I could get down on my knees. You love to give, then take away, and watch me tumble down. I can neither go or stay as long as I'm your clown. You're warm and loving in my arms, then suddenly freeze. You put me on my feet so I could get down on my knees. I never stood so tall as when you said that you'd be mine. I never felt so small as when I found out you were lying. You picked me up, and to the door of life I held the keys. You put me on my feet so I could get down on my knees. You love to give, then take away, and watch me tumble down. I can neither go or stay as long as I'm your clown. You get your greatest pleasure when you hear me begging, please. You put me on my feet so I could get down on my knees.
Well, there's the man that gave us such great classics as Singin' the Blues and Knee Deep in the Blues. Great singer and songwriter Melvin Ensley on his Melark record label, one called You Put Me on My Feet. Then before that, we heard from singer, songwriter, disc jockey Joe Allison. And Joe, for many years, was the host of a program called Country Corner on the Armed Forces Radio Service. And he wrote the big monster hit, He'll Have to Go. He wrote that along with his former wife, Audrey Allison. And that's one of his fine solo efforts on Capitol Records off an old 78 Domino Gal. And then before that, we heard from a guy by the name of Lucky Lee. And unfortunately, he wasn't lucky because that song was not a big hit, but it's a good song nonetheless, featuring the great steel guitar work of Ralph Mooney. That's Lucky Lee on Decca Records, Too Many Times. And we started all off with Ann Jones, Just Doing Fine. Yes, she sure is. I love that line about got a hole blown through him like as big as your double fist. That must have been some hole. Great job by Ann Jones. Alrighty, let's get back in the music right now. Enough talking from me. Let's go down to South Louisiana right now and hear from a guy by the name of Link Davis. And Link was a great instrumentalist. He played fiddle. He played saxophone. Recorded a lot for Starday Records and Azalea and Sarge. And this is, I believe, one of his fine Starday offerings. This is Link Davis, and hey, don't you big shot me.
I'm not a jerk from Albuquerque. I ain't a square from the fair. I've been around from town to town and almost everywhere. Don't big shot me. Don't big shot me. You better play it cool, don't be a fool, don't try to big shot me. Now it's ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Show me a woman that a man can trust. Don't you big shot me. Don't big shot me. You better play it cool, don't be a fool, don't try to big shot me. For a fool, don't you think I'm a clown? Cause I'm picking up what you're putting down. Don't you big shot me. Don't big shot me. You better play it cool, don't be a fool, don't try to big shot me. You can hold them eyes, shake your hips, call me daddy-o, but I ain't gonna slip. Don't you big shot me. Don't you big shot me. You better play it cool, don't be a fool, don't try to big shot me. Don't you 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 big shot me. You better play it cool, don't be a fool, don't try to big shot me.
The country to make my home a town. I'd always been happy, never had known a frown. Mother put her arms around me and said, don't let me down. But those honky-tonking women had to show me the town. I remember mother and my old sweetheart and how I let them down. For I started drinking and running around. I let those honky-tonking women show me the town. Now my heart is so heavy and I'm wearing a frown. mother and my old sweetheart, and how I let them down. For I started drinking and running around. I let those honky-tonkin' women show me the town. Now my heart is so heavy and I'm wearing a frown.
Don't call the law. Don't call the law. Don't call the law. I'm leaving this jail. Don't call the law. Don't call the law. Don't call the law. I'm leaving this jail. I got a mean-hearted jailer. He totes a big 44. Ain't a gun for shooting water. I may not make it to the door. So I'm asking your friend, your confidence, please. I gotta see my baby, but I ain't got no keys. Don't call the law. Don't call the law. Don't call the law. I'm leaving this jail. Don't call the law. Don't call the law. Don't call the law. I'm leaving this jail. Oh, I wrote my gal a letter. Said, honey, bake me a cake. Put a little salt in it. Help me make a prison break. I got a sugar-looking mama. She's the sweetest she can be. Ain't nobody gonna steal her less than they walk all over me. Don't call the law. Don't call the law. Don't call the law. I'm leaving this jail. Don't call the law. Don't call the law. Don't call the law. I'm leaving this jail. I'll be breaking out tomorrow, heading for the other side. Well, I'm a-heading for my baby, I'm a-going dead or alive. So I'm asking your friend, your confidence, please. I gotta see my baby, and this place I've gotta leave. Don't call the law. Don't call the law. Don't call the law. I'm leaving this jail. Don't call the law. Don't call the law. Don't call the law, I'm leaving this jail. Don't call the law, yeah, don't call the law. Don't call the law, baby, I'm leaving this jail. Yeah, don't call the law, yeah, don't call the law.
In a barroom, I'm standing with a drink in my hand, trying to hide from the world. Drink dulls my memory, and so here I stand. I just lost my favorite girl. I'll stay till I'm no longer able to stand, and drink till my head's in a whirl. I'm living the life of an ungodly man. I just lost my favorite girl. Last call, I heard the bartender say, now I must go out in the world with no place to go to. Here I can't stay, and I've just lost my favorite girl. Last heard the bartender say, now I must go out in the world with no place to go to. Here I can't stay, and I've just lost my favorite girl.
One of the great sidemen who worked with George Jones for many years, his name is Don Adams, not to be confused with the comedian Don Adams. This guy was a guy from up in Ohio, and he, I think, took the place of Johnny Paycheck when Johnny left the group to go out on his own. And great job on a song he wrote called I Just Lost My Favorite Girl. And George put a version of that and really did an outstanding job. But that's Don's version of I Just Lost My Favorite Girl. Before that, we heard from Bobby Hodge and Don't Call the Law. Please, whatever you do, don't you dare call the law, okay? Well, I got that understood. Alrighty. And then before that, we heard from Harold Allen and the Rhythm Ramblers from about 1957 on a song called Honkin' Tonkin' Women. Great job from on the Marvell label, so that shows you sort of Midwestern country, what it sounded like up around the Hammond, Indiana area. That's where the record came out of, and I believe that was recorded there. Harold Allen, great job. And then we started all off going down to South Louisiana on Starday Records, Link Davis, and Don't Big Shot Me. Don't call the law and don't big shot me. Those are the two rules that apply today, okay? All righty. All right, I hope your folks are enjoying the playing this music as much as I am playing it for you. And I'm going to keep it going right now. Here's a guy by the name of Rusty Williams on a great song called Don't Come Crawling Back to Me.
Kissed me like you meant it, and you said your love was true. I had no doubt, but I found you out. Now that's why we are through. Don't crawl back to me. Don't crawl back to me. Go find some other heart that you can break apart, but don't crawl back to me. Everything I own to buy that diamond ring. You let it go when you need it go to have yourself a fling. Don't crawl back to me. Don't crawl back to me. Go find some other heart that you can break apart, but don't crawl back to me. I hope that every guy in love takes my advice today. If she starts out sweet, begins to cheat, here's what you better say. Don't crawl back to me. Don't crawl back to me. Go find some other heart that you can break apart, but don't crawl back to me.
I got loaded last night on a bottle of gin, and I had a fight with my best girlfriend. 'Cause when I'm drinking, I ain't nobody's friend. Please, baby, wait for me until they let me out again. I know this thing has happened before. And every time it does, I hate it more and more. But when I'm drinking, ain't nobody's friend. Please, baby, wait for me until they let me out again. I spend a whole lot of time sitting and thinking, sitting and just thinking about you. If I didn't spend so much time sitting and drinking, we'd still have the love we once knew. I won't promise the same thing won't happen again, but I can promise it'll be a long, long time till then. 'Cause when I'm drinking, ain't nobody's friend. Please, baby, wait for me until they let me out again. Please, baby, wait for me until they let me out again.
I once loved a woman, but she let me down. I started drinking to forget her, my troubles to drown. But drinking hasn't helped me, I haven't forgot. I'm at the bottom of the bottle, trying to crawl back to the top. This bottle has got me, oh, where will it end? No money, no loved ones, not even a friend. Oh, won't someone help me? Oh, please help me stop. I'm at the bottom of the bottle, trying to crawl back to the top. For a crutch, oh, won't someone help me? Oh, please help me stop. I'm at the bottom of the bottle, trying to crawl back to the top. This bottle has got me, oh, where will it end? No money, no loved ones, not even a friend. I pray God will help me. Oh, please help me stop. I'm at the bottom of the bottle, trying to crawl back to the top.
Soft hands, big blue eyes. She can love me just the way I like. The way she walks makes my head go round I may just drown. She's by far the best memory around. She wrote the book about making me feel left out when she climbed aboard that damned old train that eastbound choo-choo made an awful sound. Now she's by far the best memory in town. Yes, she's by far the best memory in town.
On the Cherry record label from down Houston, Texas way, that was Randy Corner. Remember him? He had a big hit with a song called, let's see, it was such a great hit I can't remember it. I Guess You Don't Love Me Anymore. Sometimes I Talk in My Sleep. That was the name of the big hit that he had. And that's one called The Busiest Memory in Town. Great job from Mr. Randy Corner. And before that, we took care of a couple of requests. We heard from Sonny Burns, and that goes out to Greg, who wanted to hear some Sonny Burns. So we want to play that one for you on the TNT label called Bottom of the Bottle. And then before that, we heard from Lefty Frizzell, one of the last things he cut on the ABC label from 1975, and Sittin' and Thinkin'. And we started it all off with Dusty Williams on a song called Don't Come Crawling Back to Me. And I got time for a couple of more, so let's get started right now. Here is Billy Barton on the King label, and this song he likes so much he named it 3 times. He called it...
Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me, baby? Say I'm tired of waiting. You have kept me in suspense since we've been dating. When I fell for you, it seemed like someone shoved me. Do you love me? 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 Tell me please, 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 and set my poor heart free. I love you sure as all the stars above me. Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? If you don't, you'd better leave, 'cause I'm getting serious as can be. If you just like me a little, won't you fall in love with me? I'd just thrill to hear you say it. To my heart I want the key. Do you love me? 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 Tell me please, 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 and set my poor heart free. I love you sure as all the stars above me. Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Don't say so if you don't mean it, 'cause I'm so in love with you. I'm just like a lovesick kitten, and I don't know what to do. Like a bird upon a hot roof, I can't stand this misery. Do you love me? 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 Tell me please, 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 and set my poor heart free. I love you sure as all the stars above me. Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me?
And as Deke Dickerson and Crazy Joe Trichler come in with Double Clutching, we heard from Billy Barton on King Records, Do You Love Me? Do You Love Me? Do you love me? All right? Hey, we got to get out of here for another week. I want to thank you folks for listening, and we'll do this all again next week right here at Country Party Time. Until then, Lance Hawkins saying you have a very good week, everybody. Good night now.